built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome back. There you go. Hey, we got some technical difficulties going on today. We got a whole lot of technical difficulties that we dealing with today, but nevertheless, we are here. Oh, it's on the loop. Ain't nothing wrong with the second round of applause, man. They geek for the show, man. They geek for the show, man. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Unfazed, featuring your boys JJ and Ajae. Boy, do we have a lot to cover this Tuesday. Boy, we saw some big time wins, some big time losses. So there's a lot to get into. But before we get into all of that, the Commanders losing, the Eagles losing, the Cowboys losing, the Bills losing, just losses all the way around. Joe, how you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good right now. Now, you asked me yesterday. It'd been a different story. But I'm feeling good. I'm ready to do the show. Let's get it.
I feel that, man. I'm feeling decent. You know what I mean? The Eagles lost. So we're going to get to that in a little bit. You know, right before we went live, man, I messed around and had a whole cup of orange juice, man, just slipped right out of my hand, spilled all on the carpet, man. I'm over here trying to get it cleaned up, man. It's just real familiar. You know, nowadays, man, after watching the game the other night, everything just slipping out of my hands, man. I don't know what's going on, man. Everything just slippery these days. I don't know. I guess we're going to get to that in a little bit. We're going to get to that in a second. But before we get to all of that, you know what I mean? We got to talk about the Buffalo Bills, Joe. The Buffalo Bills have now taken their second L in a row. They are not looking as impressive as most of us thought they would look. So I got to ask you, Joe, sitting at 4-2, coming off 2 back-to-back L's, how are you feeling about the Bills? What is your level of concern with the Buffalo Bills going forward?
You know, before I get to the Bills, I did an R2 show. As y'all can see, I have a green screen in my background. And it was a rough first half of the show. But we made it work. We did good in the first half. And then with the second half, with Unfazed, I tried to come back, but my Wi-Fi intercepted and it almost took it back for a touchdown. So I got to be back here right now. You know what I mean? So shout out to the Wi-Fi. You know, it was almost a pick six, but I had my man takes him down and tackle him. But anyways, how worried am I about the panic meter, AJ? I'm gonna give it a 2, maybe a 1, maybe a 0. I'm not concerned. Now, we had a question last week on our tour show. Are you more concerned with the Bills or the Eagles? This was before y'all played the Giants. And I said the Bills because of who they played so far. But I had to pick somebody, right? But am I really concerned with the Bills? No. It's early. It's week 7. Now, we almost midway, but the Bills, I have confidence in the Bills. One thing about the Bills is this. Now, I get it. A lot of people are going to say, look who they played. They played the Ravens when the Ravens should have won. Yeah, I agree. They played the Jets. The Jets are trash. We see. I agree. They played the Dolphins. Tua just throwing the ball to the other team. You're right. He is. The Saints aren't good. Yes. 100% correct. They lost to the Patriots, who's looking like they're good, and lost to the Falcons, who look like they're good. But one thing I can say is the Bills, they are a top 3 offense in the NFL. I can't say that. The Bills, as bad as their defense has been playing, and from my eyes, they're not one of the worst defense in the league. And they've been in the playoffs before. They've been there and done that. So in the regular season, the Bills are not judged in the regular season. The Bills are judged in the playoffs. So no, and lastly, they got Josh Allen at quarterback. So as long as he's the quarterback, I'm confident that the Bills will be okay until we get to the playoffs. Now, when they see Mahomes in the playoffs, it's a different story. They always fall short. But other than that, I'm not concerned at all. Now, they were the worst defense in the league. If they were like bottom three in the league, then I would be, yes, you need to stop panicking. But I think the panic meter should be low right now because now we're not super early, but what we see right now is not what the teams we'll see later in the season. So I'm going to say the panic meter is going to be very low, 1, 2, maybe 0.
Wow, 0 kind of crazy. My panic meter for the Bills is not very high either. I'd probably say it's at about a 4 though. I wouldn't go as low as a 1 and a 2. And the reason why I'm not going that low is because, man, the Patriots look good now. The Patriots look good. Now, I'm not, it's not as if it's the end of the world if the Buffalo Bills don't find a way to win their division like we're accustomed to seeing them doing. It's not as if, it's the end of the world if they have to go into the playoffs and play on the road potentially. Like, it's not the end of the world at the end of the day. But at the same time, with the same token, it's not a division you want to lose, and you don't want to go on the road and have to play anybody on the road in the postseason, especially if you have to see Kansas City. Especially, we'll talk about the Steelers a little later in the show, if you have to see the Steelers. There are some potential tough matchups for them in the first round. What I will say, the things that give me a little bit of concern, number one, their receivers are not creating any separation right now. Not creating any separation, right? So the DBs are not respecting Josh Allen weapons right now. So they playing nonstop press on the line of scrimmage and they blitzing everybody. They sitting in the house at Josh Allen. And obviously when you sit in the house at a quarterback, again, you're not afraid of the weapons on the outside, because if you were, you ain't sitting in that pressure because you can get beat over the top. But right now, again, DBs are confident that they're going to lock you up, they're going to jam you at the line, and Josh Allen has nowhere to go with the football. So there's a lot of pressure on him to deliver, with weapons that's not producing at the moment. Not to say that's going to continue. I think they'll progress, but they're not producing at the moment. What I'm also noticing is if Cook is not getting it going, it's a hard time. They have a hard time. If Cook is not rushing for over 100-something yards, it's looking like an L so far this season. They're 0-2 when Cook does not rush for over 100 yards. And so if the run game is not going, it's an issue for the Buffalo Bills. It puts even more pressure on Josh Allen to deliver on 2nd and long, 3rd and long, to put themselves in position. And last but not least, the last thing that gives me a little cause to pause, as Stephen A would say, is that defense. That defense giving up everything, Joe. Everything, nonstop, big play after big play. So that makes me concerned about the Bills. But like you said, they have Josh Allen. And Josh Allen just won MVP. And so at the end of the day, you give him some grace because he's got the pedigree, he's got the resume. We know what he could do. We know he could win in the shootout. We know that his level of play, which has been kind of poor as of late when it comes to turnovers and things of that nature. I think we've been seeing a lot of the old Josh Allen kind of come out when he's trying to reach and he's trying to do a little bit too much to overcome what the defense is giving up and overcome what's lacking in the run game and overcome what's going on the outside. We're seeing old Josh Allen come out. But I think they'll figure it out. I think they'll get the run game going a little bit better. And so I'm not too concerned. But it is at a 3 or a 4. I will say that.
Yeah, it's hard to say concerned because nobody's standing out in the NFL right now. Nobody is standing out. As much as we hype about the Patriots, and they do look good, they did lose to the Las Vegas Raiders.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like everybody, I feel like everybody in the NFL got a bad loss by now. Except for the Colts. The Colts are the only team that haven't really had a bad, and the Steelers, I would say. But everybody had a bad loss already. You know what I mean? So, that's why the panic meter right now, they're not getting left behind at all. They could literally be the number 1 seed next week. For real. Like they can go out and win next week. The Patriots and Colts could lose, and the Steelers, they could be number 1 seed. Yeah, so that's why my panic meter is not high. But I understand that they need to fix some things. Like the defense. The defense is something they had to fix. And I get what you're saying with the wide receiver situation. But like I said, I'm not really. Because we had the same thing last year with the wide receivers. And what happened? They went to the AFC Championship game.
Very true.
So
Very
yeah,
true.
I'm not worried. But they not the only team that's on the panic meter. They not the only team, AJ. And the team that you rocking behind you, a lot of people got them on the panic meter. I want to know what you think about it because y'all game was on Thursday, and that's a long time ago. A lot of things happen. Sunday games happen. Monday games happen. So sad. But
Yeah.
we gonna retrack to the Thursday game, and y'all lost to the Giants, 34-17. They doubled up y'all in points. The young Giants in New York. So AJ, last week we had a similar thing about the offense. Now we talking about y'all as a whole. What's the panic meter at with y'all between 1 to 10? The people want to know.
I would say, as an Eagles fan, all bias aside, I would say my panic meter with Philadelphia right now is probably sitting at about, as I try to adjust this camera, get my flag fully in and out. There we go. There you go. I would say my panic meter is probably at about a 6. I'll probably take it as high as a 6. There's a lot of different issues that's going on with the Eagles right now, and I know a lot of people want to put it in one or two places, but it's a lot of different issues, a lot of different places. And after watching the Giants game, I've come to realize the biggest issue that we have right now is health. That's the biggest issue that we have right now. When Jalen Carter is not able to play, health/depth. I'll put it like that. Because when Jalen Carter is not able to play, if Quinyon Mitchell is not on the field, the defensive line is not the same, the secondary is not the same whatsoever. So I think that's the biggest issue. We can overcome the second issue, which is play calling with the talent that we have on the field on both sides of the ball. We've seen it now for 4 weeks, overcoming bad play calling on the offensive side of the ball, but still finding ways to score enough points. Defense making enough points, or stopping the opposing team, or scoring on their own. Special teams making plays. The talent is there to make up for it, but if the talent also lacks because guys are hurt and we don't have the depth to overcome that stuff, then that's a bigger issue than anything. I put the loss on, what was that, Thursday, on my quarterback. I put it on Jalen Hurts, and I put it solely on Jalen Hurts. One thing I've always given him credit for and always given him props for is being able to read the room of a game. Read the room, right? So in this game, Saquon getting money. I could just hand the ball off to Saquon, let Saquon eat. In this game, A.J. Brown doing his thing. I'm going to just feed A.J. Brown, let him eat. Devontae Smith doing his thing. I'm going to just feed him, let him eat, right? Or, hey, look, the offense is not going. I'm a little off today, right? Guys are dropping passes. We fumbling. Maybe I've thrown an interception, whatever the case may be. But the defense is carrying its own weight and stopping the opposing team. Maybe I just need to game manage. And he's done that effectively. At every turn, that's why he was on the 18, 19 game win streak. When he starts and finishes a game, he knows how to get into a game, figure out what it takes to win that game, win it, and get out of it healthy. That's what he's been doing. But in this game, in my mind, early on, very early on, in my mind, offense got to win this game. It's going to be on Jalen because we saw Saquon have 2 really good runs to start the game. But after that, he slowed down tremendously. Whether it be the offensive line, which I think most of it was, or whether it be Saquon, at the end of the day, health again, offensive line banged up. But I'll say that for, that's another issue, obviously, but that goes into the health bubble. But like I said, I'll say all that to say, all in all, you looked at the game very early and said, yeah, the offense is going to have to carry because the defense is going to give up some points. Jackson Dart, it's our first time seeing Jackson Dart. He's only played 1 or 2 games before us, so there's not a ton of film out there on him. He's a mobile guy. Joe, we getting to him in the pocket. He just breaking tackles, evading and running, taking off, hitting guys on the run, making plays, like looking like Jaden Daniels out there, looking like Lamar Jackson out there. Like he's making plays with his legs and killing us in that way. And so that was probably the biggest issue. And again, Jalen Hurts sitting on the sideline looking, okay, I see him shaking his head. You reading the room. Okay, we going to have to score today. I thought he played sensational in the first half. But it's like right at the end of the half, when he decided to take off and not hit A.J. Brown cutting across the middle of the field. He could have caught the ball at the 45, probably ran up to the 35, ran out of bounds, got a field goal on the board. It's like right after that play, and he ran, he slid, and he got up, and it's like he forgot how much time was left, so they weren't able to spike it or anything. It's like right after that play, it's like something clicked, something changed. I don't know if he got in his own head or what, but then you had the big time Devontae Smith miss. Then you had the big time interception where you throwing the ball to Dotson on the out route, and he threw the ball he threw the ball to that side of the field. It felt like 5 times straight. I mean, it got to a point where everybody in the world knew we was throwing the ball to the left side of the field. And he hiked the ball, standing in one spot, and just throws the ball to the same side. And A.J. Brown streaking across again, the middle of the end zone, wide open. He misses A.J. Brown. So those are big time plays in the game. You hit the deep ball to Devontae Smith. Is at that point, I think it would have been 27 to 24,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. You take the lead right there, right? If you hit AJ Brown, I think at that point it's 20. You have 24, they have 27, if I'm not mistaken. I got to get the scores in my mind right. But what I remember was if you hit the big play to Devontae, we go up 3 or 4. If you hit the play to AJ Brown, we're only down 3. You're still in the game in the fourth quarter. Both of those plays swung the game. The slide at the end of the half swung the game. And I felt like, yes, I could put the blame on the defense. I could put the blame on the offensive line. But how I feel about Uno, how I feel about Hurts, what I saw, I expect more from him. So I put most of the blame, if not all of the blame, if I'm being honest, on Jalen Hurts for failing to deliver because guys was open all night. If we call in a spade, they were open. Devontae was open. AJ was open. Goddard had, I think he had over 100 yards. Guys was open. We was just missing guys, right? But again, I'll come back to the panic meter. I'm at a 6 because of everything I just mentioned, but I'm only at a 6 for the same reason why I'm only at a 3 or 4 for the Buffalo Bills. Well, actually for 2 reasons. I'm at a 6, number 1, because we got Uno. And we had A.J. Brown. As long as we got A.J. Brown and Uno on the same side, I'm confident that we will figure it out because we always do for the most part. Outside of the collapse that happened, it was what it was. But 3 out of the 4 years Jalen Hurts has been a starter for us, we have figured it out through the highs and the lows, right? The other reason why I'm confident, Joe, is because what's the division on, man? What's the division on, man? We lost that game. I'm thinking to myself, I mean, hey, man. Commanders when they come snatch up the division. They playing the Bears. That's easy work. And they at home. I'm looking at the Cowboys. I'm like, man, they playing the Panthers. That's easy work. You know, that gonna light them up. You know, Bryce Young, I got nothing coming. Then I look up. Oh, first the Cowboys lost game with a field goal. Oh, okay. Then I see the Commanders lose game with a field goal. I'm like, I feel amazing. So that's where my panic meter is right now. It's at about a 6. We have a lot to work on for sure. I'm not going to deny that. There is a lot to be concerned about, but I still believe we have the pieces in place to still get the job done, which is win the division, and then we can go from there.
I think your panic meter is kind of too high, but obviously
Really?
you got, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, but I do think your panic meter is higher than the Bills, though. And the reason, and I would say like a 4. I'm not putting nobody above 5 right now. Just can't. Unless you the Ravens. I mean, the Ravens, you at a 10 right now. But you at a 10. But I say 4. And this is why I feel like y'all panic meter is higher than the Bills. It's because although y'all are 4-2, y'all are not looking good in y'all 4-2. Right now, AJ, you like this is crazy. Y'all are 30th in offensive yards a game. 30th. And defensive yards allowed, y'all 21st. So y'all not good offensively or defensively right now. And then y'all bread and butter running the ball. Y'all 25th right now in the NFL. And then what's the cause of that? It's the offensive line. Offensive line is a big problem. Y'all known for having the best offensive line in the league. Right now, y'all don't. Y'all have like a middle of the pack type offensive line. And like you said, on top of the injuries you have. How long, I should look this up. How long is Blankenship? How is his injury?
Blankenship came back and finished the game. So I think Blankenship should be fine.
He could be good next game? All right.
I think he should be good, yeah.
Quinyon
I'm not
playing.
sure about. Okay.
No, I'm asking you, like.
Oh no. So from what I saw, they still unsure. I thought she may have seen something I didn't, but they saying right now they're up in the air about Quinyon playing, and that normally for the Eagles means he probably not gonna play. I think Jalen Carter is gonna be available. I believe he should be available. I'm not 100% sure though.
Okay, well that's kind of good news. If these guys could potentially play next game, that's kind of good news. So, but you said, but the offensive line though, y'all dealing with injuries on the offensive line. When you're banged up on the offensive line, it's just different. All right. So that's why, and then lastly, like I said with the Bills, we seen this before. With y'all, we seen this before. We seen y'all go to the Super Bowl in the next year, not have off the field issues, like what y'all having right now with AJ Brown, like, bro, can AJ Brown just be quiet in the media?
Bro.
Like I know you want to address that, but like quickly, like really, like either Saquon and Jalen Hurts are lying, or you just trying to stop trouble, bro. Like for real, like I didn't have a meeting. All you had to do, in my opinion, all he had to do is say. First, he comes out and say, "I apologize and let my emotions get the best of me," and then the next game he does the same thing, but it's even worse because he does it to the media, and
Yeah.
he's kind of throwing with Saquon and Hurts that said under the bus. Like that ain't never happened, bro. They both said it happened, and it's crazy because Saquon is in the exact opposite situation with AJ. AJ sound like a spoiled kid, bro. Like he's so used to winning with y'all, and now he won his numbers. When Saquon came from a situation where he had numbers, but he wasn't winning jack. So now Saquon is like, bro, if I know you said Saquon had a couple of good runs, if I feel like if y'all just stick with Saquon, he gonna break a 30 or 40, 50. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Saquon, before he came to Philly, that's what Cav used to always say about Saquon. I don't think he's top five. He just a home run. I think it was Cav said that. He a home run hitter. He'll get a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. Then break a 60-yarder. Then the average
Right.
look good. That's part of the game. You gotta be committed to the run. Cause I feel like early y'all just like let's just abandon the run real quick and y'all drop back hurt so much against the Giants. And then I'm like, y'all think the Giants are literally going up and down the field on y'all. It's a one possession game. You want to limit these possessions by running the
Yeah.
ball. What are y'all doing? So Saquon's not getting his touches, and he's playing his former bro. He's playing against the Giants in New York. You don't think he want to go off?
Mm-hmm.
You know
Again.
what Saquon said? We gotta stop thinking about what people think. We gotta stop thinking about. He said we used to run the ball and people knew that, and we still did it. We gotta get back to doing that. You know, so Saquon's not worried about he's not worried about me. He's worried about us. And AJ is worried about me, and it's kind of irritating me. And I'm not even an Eagles fan. It's like, come on, bro. So
I
go ahead, and jump
yeah,
in.
I saw so when I saw it I'm I'm in the middle with what he did. I'm in the middle with it. And the reason why I'm in the middle with it is because I saw the quote before I saw the video. The quote make it look 10 times worse than actually seeing it. When you look at the video, it looked like he was saying it in jest. It looked like he was like pulling the media's like because they asked him, was like, yeah, they said it was a meeting, and he was kind of smiling like, I don't remember no meeting. Like it seemed like he was saying it in a way that was like this was between us. I don't and I don't know if he knew, and I don't want to cover for him, but
He
I don't know if he knew immediately that they had already spoke with Jalen Hurts and Saquon about it, because then they brought it up the fact that Saquon and Hurts said it, and he was like, oh well, I mean you'd have to ask them about it, but it wasn't no meeting. And then later on he came out on Twitter and said it really was just three friends, talking. It was phrased as if Saquon pulled us to the side, which is what I thought it was. Saquon pulled me and Jalen
that's
to
what
the
it
side
hurts.
like it was an issue, and but really it was just like I saw them outside, I stopped, we had a conversation, that was it. The reason why I'm giving him just a slight pass for it, and it's slight, Joe, because you know how I feel. You know how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I give a slight pass to it is because being an Eagles fan, Philly media, bro. Oh my gosh, Philly media is horrible. It's terrible. It is terrible. Bro,
Y'all
we got
divided.
people. Bro, we got people. We have people in our media right now saying we should start Tanner. Tanner
I
McKee is
saw
a better.
that. I saw
Bro,
that. Y'all
bro,
divided.
it's just like, and this is coming from a side of the media that has always disliked. Like Hertz has had, I don't want to call them haters, but Hertz has had people in Philly media since he was drafted that simply don't like him, don't respect his game, and will praise him when he's doing well. But the minute he does bad, they gonna dump everything they got on him. Let's put the backup in there. The backup look better. Oh, he's the worst quarterback. It's like, y'all, what team do y'all represent when y'all pick up these microphones? This is egregious. And so I think the Philly media sometimes blows things a little bit too out of proportion. I think the players are irritated with the fact that they are losing, and then you gotta deal with this media that is just, in my opinion, horrendous. And then on top of the fact that, like, Jalen was horrible in that second half,
He
bro.
was. He was.
And he
He was.
missed AJ multiple times. So it's
He
like
did.
I'm already irritated. I think one of the reasons why we went away from the run so early, not only because the Giants was putting up points, but because the Giants' defensive line is so stout. And right now, the offensive line for the Eagles is struggling to run block, but they're still doing a decent job pass protecting. Like it's still
Yes.
decent on like when you watch it, they still doing a decent time pass protecting. Hurts has time. And guys running, guys was running. It reminded me of the Panthers game. Guys running, they open. The Smith again, the few plays that come to mind. The Smitty miss was a throw that my guy makes in his sleep.
On
And
third
he
down.
just on third down that he just flat out missed. And then the AJ Brown thing, I'm assuming his progression was to Dotson for whatever. Why is your progression there? That's on coaching, I guess. But like he should have. I feel like Hurts had enough time to see that throw wasn't it. And if you move your eyes slightly to the right a little bit, you see AJ wide open in the end zone. That's a touchdown. So I get AJ's frustration after the game. I get all of the players' frustration after the game. The difference in AJ and how everyone else handles their frustration is everyone else is very mature and button up about it. AJ Brown always got to cause a scene. And in this case, when I watched the interview, I kind of chuckled. I'm like, all right, he messing with the media. Like he clearly messed with them in this video. But it's like it was still unnecessary.
That's
You
what
didn't
I'm
have to do that because now it's gonna get out and people gonna talk
Exactly.
about it and it's gonna lead media stuff. And well, AJ said it never happened because everybody not gonna take the time to actually watch the press conference. They just gonna see the quote and comment on it. So it's just like AJ is who he is, man. I hear people keep on talking about that we gonna trade him. I pray we don't because we need him. As much as he is to deal with, we need him.
And you know what's crazy, AJ? I never felt like I would trade him, but now I would not be surprised if I get like a report saying that he got traded. I won't be surprised. And I'm with you, bro. Like that was one thing I wrote. I wrote down. I can see why they are mad at Hurts. Like now people are crazy saying bench Hurts. People are also crazy saying he not top. He top 15. People are also crazy saying that. All right, but he just gotta play better. Like we're gonna get to
Yeah.
my guy. This is kill our quarterback day. Like Hurts gotta be better. Like that game. In this moments when he was good, you know what I mean? Like
First half.
y'all moving the ball and then miss a guy wide open. You're like, dang, what the heck? And then like a lot of times on third down, a lot of times he missed guys like far as inaccurate or wrong read. It was on third down. It's like, dude, it's on money down. Y'all only had the last two games. Y'all 1 for 9 from third down, bro. 1 for 9. So now one of those with a tush push and all that stuff. Now and then but he has to be better though. And I do think the coach in the past was a problem. I don't think he was a
In the Giants
problem.
game.
Giants game. My only problem is abandoning the run.
Yeah.
I was mad at that. But as far as the plays he was calling, I feel like he did a decent job. It just was poor execution by y'all. And the O line was a problem too, bro. Like
Yeah.
he did have a lot of time, but a couple of those third down plays, the O line got destroyed, and Hurts didn't have a chance.
I mean, and the thing is, like we playing behind the sticks, so we move on to the Commanders. But we playing behind the sticks a good amount of times. We come out, we run the ball on first down, we don't get no yards, or we get 1 yard. Then we come out, we try to run the ball on second down, we might get 2 yards. Now it's 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. They sit in the house. It's like, I don't know, bro. Like I said, this was the first time in a very long time, and I've been able to look at Jalen and be like, this one was on you, bro. Like I fully expected pretty much all game up into the interception. We're gonna win it. We're not gonna lose this game. There's no way we're gonna lose this game. We was marching the ball downfield before he threw the pick. I said we're gonna get this touchdown. We're gonna limit them to a field goal because we're probably gonna give up something. We're gonna limit them to a field goal, get the ball back, and we're gonna score another touchdown. And that's gonna be the sealer. That's what. But when he threw that pick, I'm like, and something told me that it was his first pick of the season. Something told me it was gonna come at a super inopportune time. And right when it happened, I'm like, there it is. At some point, it's bound to happen. Now we forcing the issue. Okay, there's the interception. So I put it on my dog, but I fully expect him to bounce back. I'll say this before we move on.
Uh-oh.
Vic Fangio took the worst defense in the NFL in 2023, or at least second to worst, one of the worst defenses in the NFL in 2023. And with the draft picks of High Roseman and a couple of moves here and there, he turned the worst defense in the NFL to the best defense in the NFL. So to me, Vic Fangio get a pass in my book. He get a pass to have a few moments, to have some bad play calls, to not put people in the best situations while he's trying to figure it out. Because right now the Eagles are trying to, do we move Cooper DeJean to the outside and put someone else on the slot? Do we drop somebody from the safety to the slot? Do we start Sidney Brown? Do we not? Now we got Epps. Do we start Epps? Like he's trying to, should we move Jalen Carter now to the edge? Should we move Campbell to the edge and then put Nakobe Dean back at like he's trying to figure it out right now with the injuries and everything included. So I think that I give him the grace to look, bruh. I trust you that at some point down the stretch of the season, this defense is going to look better. It really looked pretty decent up until they start getting these injuries, in all honesty. Like they was kind of saving us in a way. So I'll give Vic Fangio a pass. The offense, Jalen Hurts, Saquon, offensive line, Ajae, Devontae, y'all got to carry for a little bit. We should not, even though the Vikings are scary because I don't know if Quinyon is going to play. Right, and even if he does come off a bum hamstring, it's not fun, obviously, going up against Jay Jettis and Jordan. Addison. And we can't forget about Jordan Addison, who's going to eat no matter who out there, unless Quinyon is on him, right? And so that's going to be an issue for us. Stopping their rushing attack may be an issue for us, but our offense and Eagles, I'll be there. Me and my wife will be at this game, flag and all. All right, we there, we lit. This offense has to show up and understand the moment. We have to carry until the defense figures it out. And even then, we might still have to carry. But we got to figure this out. We got to give them at least a 24 to 30 point cushion, where it's like, we're going to at least give y'all 24 to 30 points. Now, if the defense give up 35 points, okay, we might lose that game, we might not. But at least I feel better knowing we gave the defense a chance. 17 points ain't giving the defense a chance. You got a limited team to 14, 16 points to win a game with all these injuries. That's not going to happen. So this offense got to wake up, and I'm confident that they will. But it don't look good, and I will acknowledge that. Thank God, Jaden dropping the ball and fumbling and all that, and Dak can't get it going. Thank God stuff like that is going on, man. You can't hold on to the rock. Speaking of not being able to hold on to the rock, again, Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. My boy JJ Joe Jordan. My boy said before the season started, I got high hopes for the Commanders. I got us going 14-3. I got us going to the Super Bowl. I think you said you had it all losing to the Ravens, if I'm not mistaken. Or it could have been the Chiefs. The Ravens. Definitely at the Ravens.
I was definitely wrong about that.
Yeah, right. We always wrong about them making any type of noise, in all honesty. But
oh my gosh.
You had the Commanders, what I'm saying, and they probably won't go 14-3 anymore, but it's still a chance that they can still obviously, dominate, go on a run, get hot, go into the playoffs, make a run. But after what you've seen so far this season, given what you've seen so far this season, do you still have faith in the Commanders making the Super Bowl? And I'll even rephrase it just a touch. Because we talked about this off air, and I'll bring it back. Confident in the Commanders still making a playoff run. Divisional round, back to the NFC Championship game. You can answer that however you want to answer that. And I just want to say, Carl, that for me, the Ravens Thunder ain't never for you, bro. You know who it's for. When I throw jabs, you know who it's for. You know what I mean? But
hey, I'm not throwing a jab. It's just true, bro. I had hopes of y'all getting there. It don't look too good. Now Lamar come out, we gonna see.
Yeah.
But before I answer that, our problems ain't y'all problems. Let's say that. All right? I know you happy that Jaden Daniels fumbled a slippery ball, threw an interception, locked into his Hurts and threw an interception in the red zone. I understand that you're excited about that. Now, the Cowboys, sorry, Tombo, y'all got legitimate, like, y'all defense is garbage. So, go ahead.
Let me. I don't want to cut you off. I'm gonna let you go in a hot second. I just want to say, my dog Miles is here. He a Ravens fan. Listen, bro, we got somebody in this R2L chat. We got somebody in this Ravens chat that talk crazy about my Eagles, bro. So I'll be taking my little jabs, bro. That's it. You know what it is, bro. You know I got love for y'all. You know what I'm saying? When me and my guys, but Chris. Nah, man, I'll be having to get my shots in. But my bad. Go ahead, continue. Go ahead, continue, y'all.
Hey, Chris switched his whole flow up. I mean, the man was like, "We gonna win everything," and now he like, "We want to lose every game." Like he just changed his whole flow up.
Man.
But our problem is that I know you excited about fumbling the ball and stuff. Now listen, that's a problem. That's not a problem. Okay. All right, like we're not worried. We're not walking to a game like, oh, I hope he don't turn the ball over. We good. We don't have an AJ Brown complaining in the sideline. We are not 30th in offense right now. You know what I mean? Now the defense 24th. Don't get me wrong, but we ain't 30th in offense. We're not 25th in rushing with Saquon Barkley. We are the number 2 rushing team in the NFL with the 7th round rookie. I mean, so we are not worried. With all that saying, the Eagles started off 4-0, and they only 1 game ahead of us. So we are not worried. And our starting quarterback missed 2 games. Think about that. Y'all started quarterback for all 6. So we are not as worried as y'all. Now, don't get me wrong. Is y'all team overall better? Most likely, yeah, it is. But y'all problems runs deeper than our problems. So I ain't tripping. But to this game exactly. Oh, not game. To the question. Dang, Draco Joe put the gun. All right. So, am I confident, AJ? Once again, nobody is running off with the baton. Nobody. There's no definitive best team in the NFC. You might say the Bucks. Look at me. Am I afraid of the Bucks? Come on now, I'm not Philly. I'm not afraid of the Bucks.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm not afraid of the Bucks.
Okay.
You know what I mean? With or without Terry McLaurin. I want Terry McLaurin. But I'm not afraid of the Bucks, though. I'm not. Now, respect to the Bucks. Baker's a baller. He is. Right now, he's my MVP front runner right now. 5-1 right now. And so he is. But I'm not afraid of the Bucks. Y'all on the 2-game losing streak. Y'all got problems yourselves. Detroit look pretty dangerous. They look a little soft against the Chiefs though, but they look pretty dangerous. I will give Detroit a nod for that. Seahawks, I mean, I want to, but come on, AJ. It's Sam Darnold. Now, he might switch up in the playoffs this year, but it's Sam Darnold. Am I really worried? Carson Wentz, bro? Are we serious? The rookie? Come on, man. I'm not too worried about the Vikings. Now, can they get us? Yeah. But am I saying, like, because of the Vikings, we can't make a deep run, can't get the Super Bowl? There is no team that I'm afraid of. And once again, the team we are today, and that's all of us, the team we are today won't be the team we're going to be week 18. Mm-hmm. The problems that we having right now, and you might say the same thing, I'm glad it's happening right now. I'm glad. Because there's some times we could fix it. Our issue right now is just starting slow. We've been starting slow. Since the Giants game, when JD5 plays, we start slow. Against Green Bay, we scored our first point with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Come on, man. We can't do that on the road. Our defense is not good enough to hold, like you said. We got to hold the defense. Like, literally, like, everything you're about to say, I'm going to say about my team. Right? The defense, we cannot go into these games putting a defense into these situations where they got to be superheroes. We can't keep doing that because they're not. And they did a good job. They got to stop on 4th down against the Bears. They held the Bears to a field goal multiple times in the red zone. What more can I ask them to do? I could ask them to get a turnover, but what more can I ask them to do? But we can't turn the ball over. We can't start slow. We spotted them 13 points. They got 16 points off of our turnovers. 13 points off our turnovers. 13 off of our turnovers. And you think about it, we just get a field goal, we pull these dudes out. It's not even a game. So I'm not worried at all. I still believe that we can make a Super Bowl run. Like Jaden Daniels, second game back from injury. We still ain't got Terry McLaurin. People don't talk about. Do you know we are missing 2 starting offensive linemen? Both of our guards are out right now. Both of our starting guards are out, but nobody talks about it. Still number 2 rushing offense in the league. We don't have our number 1 receiver, and not one person talks about it. None of the Commanders complained either. We never said we don't got Terry. But Terry coming though. Terry's coming. Stan Cosme is coming, and Brandon Coleman is coming. So I'm not worried. I do think I still believe that we're gonna make a deep run, and it's only popping. But we gonna see.
Do you still have faith they're gonna make the Super Bowl? I'll let you answer
Yes.
that far. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, my,
Okay.
my bad. My bad. Yes. I'm still confident we can make the Super Bowl. I still believe we will make the Super Bowl. Cause there's no team that I see that's like now y'all will always be a threat. Number one, because y'all not division. Y'all in division. Whenever you play a division opponent, it's gonna be tough when they're a good team. So and y'all champions. When you're a champion, you get that extra juice. And the Lions. The Lions are a threat too. Those are the two teams I'm looking at. I'm sorry. Hey, what's your boy Anthony? All right, your boy
Yeah,
Anthony.
Anthony. Yeah, my boy Anthony.
Hey, Ant. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not scared of the Bucks, bro. I'm just not. I'm sorry, Trent. I'm not scared of the Bucks. I'm just not scared of the Bucks. Green Bay, I'm not scared of Green. I see what they. I saw what Green Bay did to us. I also saw what the Bucks did to us last year too. But the second time around, I'm not gonna be scared of Green Bay. It's Green because Jordan Love, bro, and I'm just not scared of Green Bay. But Detroit, bro, because you know why? Because our defense, bro, and they high power.
Mm-hmm.
They can put up points, you know, and y'all. But outside of those two, no, I'm doing too much. I ain't gonna disrespect y'all like that. I'm doing too much. Take that back. Take that back.
Hey, Joe, like I said, man, the Eagles lost on Thursday. And I'm like, man, I can't believe we just went out here. We just got just dismantled by the New York Giants. My dog had probably the worst game I've seen him have in a while now. You know what I mean? Like, my defense banged up. No Quinyon, no Jalen Carter. I'm like, man, this is finna be a long weekend. Oh, my gosh. And if you in the R2L chat, you know when the Eagles lose, man, it's the end of the world. It's the end of the world, especially losing in that fashion to that team. Oh my gosh,
On
you getting
Prime
killed. Oh my goodness, you're getting killed nonstop. I mean, Thursday night, Friday, Saturday. I said, all right, when the games start, they ain't gonna be talking about Philly no more. You know what I mean? The Cowboys, just because I ended up coming late to the games, had some stuff going on, but I ended up catching the very end of the Cowboys game. I'm like, let me jump in the chat. They probably trolling the Cowboys. I ain't gonna jump in because I wasn't around for the game. So let me just jump in and just enjoy someone else getting trolled for a little bit. First message I see is about Jalen Hurts. I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't catch a break. What's going on right here, man? This is crazy. It just turned into a whole Jalen Hurts debate. I'm like, Lord have mercy. I can't catch a break. Not only am I dealing with it from the R2L community, not only am I dealing with it from the national media, I'm dealing with it with the local media in Philadelphia, right? And then I'm in my own head thinking about the game because you know when the Eagles lose, I'm gonna think about it all week. It just ruins your week, and we got 10 games, 10 days to the next game. I'm like, man, this is driving me crazy. And then lo and behold, Monday night came. I heard a lot about Jalen Hurts after he lost. You know, I heard a lot, maybe not a lot from you, but a lot from a lot of other guys. You know, Jalen Hurts really ain't that guy for real. He not one of them ones. I'm like, yo, he just threw his first interception of the season. Yo, it's been some rough halves and things have happened, right? It just is what it is. You know what I mean? Nah, he just ain't that guy. Nah, he ain't top 15. I'm like, oh my goodness. I turn on R2L. Right? When I turn on R2L on Thursday, I see Joe. He got the all 22s off of me and everything. All 22s talking about all the biscuits, Jalen Hurts and everybody. I'm like, man, they going in on my boy. And then, like I said, Monday night comes. I turn on the game. I say, Bears starting off kind of strong. Ooh, Jaden just threw an interception. Let me, But I'm watching, in between time, I'm watching my bad time. I'm getting my days confused. I'm getting excited as I talk about this. You know what I mean? I'm getting, you know what I mean? But anyway, Jaden throws an interception. Oh, me and my wife, we trying to watch TV, but I'm on the side, checking the score. Like, yo, what's going on in this game? Like, they really, you know what I mean? And then, like I expected, the Commanders, they do what the Commanders do. They take the lead, and it's like the Bears do what the Bears do. They fumbling snaps and stuff. It's like, all right, well, it was fun while it lasted. And then, lo and behold, I go back and I check later, and I'm like, dude, that say 25-24 Bears? Oh, let me go back and I see what happened. And I go back and I watch this game. Joe, this is what I will say to you. You may be confident that the Commanders gonna do this, that, and the third. But what I will say to you, my friend, is I am uber confident in my preseason prediction of 10-7. I've never been more confident in that prediction than I am right now, because what I am seeing is exactly what I expected from the Commanders this season. Number one, Jaden Daniels, he's dealt with some injury here and there. He might not be fully 100% because he got the big bulky knee brace on. I know for mobile quarterbacks, it's a lot running with that brace on. Hurts used to talk about. He might, and I'm not giving him a pass. I'm not giving him a pass by any stretch. We'll get to him in a second. But I'm just saying, it's just what my eyes tell me. It's like, not only does he look like Jaden Daniels, but he don't quite look like last year's Jaden Daniels, to me at least, especially with this previous week, right? Mm-hmm. But then I'm also looking and I'm thinking to myself, again, last year the Commanders, I will not disrespect y'all and say y'all got lucky, because I won't call it luck. I just think y'all were super clutch. Every play y'all needed to make, every bit of magic that y'all needed, either Jaden produced it or your defense went out there and got the necessary turnover, or the right call was made, or whatever the case may be, the Hail Mary was caught. Whatever it needed to happen, it happened. And I've seen this before with the Minnesota Vikings in 2022, where they could not lose a one-score game. They could not lose a one-score game. The same year that I think they came back from the biggest deficit ever. I was actually at the game where I think they was down like 34, it was like 30-some odd points, and they came all the way back and won, I believe, in OT. It's like, man, they can't lose a close game. And then they lost that first game in the playoffs to the New York Giants. We beat the Giants. And then the following year, they couldn't win a close game to save their lives. I don't think that's going to be the Commanders this season. But what I will say is that same kind of magic, that same kind of, we going to find a way, it's close, but Jaden going to pull it out. A lot of times that flips in the opposite direction. It just flips sometimes, and I think that's going to happen, and it's already starting to happen with the Commanders. But I want to focus a little bit on Jaden, because the way we talk about Jalen Hurts and the way we break down his all-22s and the things we say about him is almost like you're not a good quarterback if you have a down game or a bad moment. I mean, my goodness, like I said, my guy lost 2 straight games after going on an 18-game win. Do y'all hear what I just said? The man was on that 18-game win streak. This included the NFC Championship, in which he saw your Commanders, and a Super Bowl in which he saw the reigning defending champions going for a three-peat. Balled out both games. This is all a part of the 18-game win streak. Found a way to go 4-0 with everything included. Didn't play the best at all times, but played good enough to win these games. Lost 2 back-to-back games. Only one of them, in my opinion, he played truly bad in, and that's the Giants game. And now everybody talking like it's just the end of the world. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess, Jaden is the guy. He's flawless. He don't make no mistakes, right? And then I watched this game, Joe. Let me get this on the screen, because like I said, for the Eagles, we had the all-22s. We had the all-22s for the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta get this on the screen real quick, see if I get this to properly work. I just want to ask you a couple questions about these clips I'm about to show real quick, Joe. Now, I want to rewind. I want to rewind on this. So I want to see if I get it accurate, right? Because I'm looking at this play and I'm thinking to myself, right, Zach Ertz is open across the middle of the field. This is a play I think that Jada can make. If you look, I got to time it. It's a little delayed. But if you look, right there, that ball can easily go to Zach Ertz, especially if you lead him to the left. Because the DB is reading, the linebacker is reading your eyes and looking to the left of the field. He's running to his right of the field. So you got Zach Ertz right there as the play develops, wide open in the middle of the field if you throw the ball to the left and lead him upfield. But instead, I'll let you. Go ahead. And this is why I said I wanted you to explain it. I'll let you, because I could be off with it. I'll let you talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Let me go right now.
Yeah. Can you see it?
If you threw the Earth, it would have been a pick.
I don't think so. It's all about it's all about the placement of the football.
Let's go back. Well, before I say anything, this is something I already acknowledged that he did, but we're gonna do it.
Right, of course.
Slow it up. Go ahead, play it.
Okay, so but you see my still screen though, right?
When are we throwing it? Yep. When do you want him to throw the ball?
At the same time he throwing the ball to Debo.
Right now, right?
Yeah, right now. If he throws the ball, yes.
Go ahead. Now play it. That linebacker not picking it off?
No, because he's leading him to the left side of the field. But if he throws it and he leads him to the left side of the field, he's got. What I'm saying.
Left, though.
It's not about where he stopped. It's not like
That's
he
what I'm
kept going
saying.
in this route. He didn't. It's not like it would be one thing, Joe, if he continued the route. He didn't continue. He stopped in his zone. So what I'm saying is, at
Right.
that point, if you throw it, one of two things are going to happen, in my opinion, because Jaden Daniels is an accurate. He's an accurate passer. He's an accurate passer. So one of two things are going to happen. Either you're going to lead him to the left, away from the defender, a la throw him open, even though I think he was already open. But either throw him open and lead him to the opposite way and allow him to try to catch the ball and run upfield to the left, or it's an incomplete pass. It's not an interception if you're throwing the ball to the left. As long as you don't throw it to the right, that's a completion in my book. I'm trusting Jada can make that throw. But the worst read was throwing it to Debo down the seam right there. And as you watch it, it does look open, but it's a bad ball.
Exactly. I'm saying what Carl's saying. Like, if he is running, then you can lead the ball somewhere away from the DB. But if he's standing there and you throw it, he has no momentum going left. You're just throwing it literally next to him. And the DB flew right in front of him as soon as he threw the ball. In that situation, he just don't throw the ball. That's just a bad decision to Debo. I don't think Ertz was open. If he would threw to Ertz, it also would have been an interception to me.
I don't think so. I see. Now again, this is where guys like Chris and others gonna say I don't know nothing about football, because I look at this tape differently. And when I saw it live, I had the same thought. I felt like Jaden can make this throw. I feel like he can make this throw at least, and at the very least, it's a better throw than throwing it up the seam to Debo and it being an incomplete pass. If he throws this, because again, the DB is heading in the opposite direction.
But look what Ertz is literally, he's running, okay?
Right.
He's running.
And then he stops. But my point is he stops, Joe.
Man, what is that, man?
Oh, it just went out?
No, sorry, my alarm came on. All right, so
okay.
He's
My point is, as we looking right now, that is an NFL window in my book. He stopped. He's no longer running to the right. He's not running to the right no more. He is stopped. That is an NFL window.
I will say this: if he will roll to the right and then throw it, maybe. But then you got the other DB right there too. So like
the DB, as you look, the DB to the left. Before I get to the next clip, because I have more. The DB to the left,
I hope you
right
do.
here.
This is a reach, but go ahead.
No. To you it may be. To me, it's not. The DB to the left is moving in the opposite direction, because the DB to the left is looking at Jaden's eyes. Jaden's eyes looking up at Debo. So he's moving in a place where he think the ball is going. So he's not even looking at Ertz. He's looking in the opposite direction, which is why when he throws the ball, if you look, the DB to the left is still moving that way. He's still moving in the same direction, Joe. So that's what I'm saying. Zach Ertz stops in the route, right? He stops in the route in the zone. The DB is going in the opposite direction. If you time that throw correctly, Zach Ertz catches that ball to the left and is running, and that might be a touchdown. That's what my eyes tell me.
See, look, okay, I see what you're saying, but it is a.
That's why you throw it to the left. That's why you throw the pass to the left, Carl. Throw it to the left and lead them upfield.
See, Carl. I came with the all 22s and I was showing dudes butt naked wide open.
Oh yeah, let me clarify. Let me clarify.
Go ahead.
Well, I'll let you keep going because I'll clarify at the end. Keep going.
AJ's gonna bring up stuff I probably already said on R2L. Or I probably already said in the chat when he missed dudes open, and I put the blame on Jaden Daniels for this game. He wasn't good this game. But go ahead, continue though.
Yeah, I just want to point out, Joe. You did the same thing to me, bro. I said, hey, that's a bad Devontae Smith miss. Hey, that's a bad ball. You still put up the all 22. It's like we both reiterating what's already been said. You know what I mean?
Right,
but all I'm saying is, as I look at it, to me, the worst. First off, I think I respect Jaden as a passer. I think that is a throw he can make. Number one, but number two, it is a better read than the read up top to Debo, as we ultimately saw. When I saw the slow-mo of this, I thought that ball could have easily went to Zach Ertz to the left because the DB moving in the opposite direction, reading Jaden's eyes, and that's where the ball went. But we can agree to disagree. That's what my eyes tell me. We can move on to the next clip because I really want to get to the next clip that we saw. Now, I want to ask Joe. Jaden Daniels has made this mistake a few times now, right? Intentional grounding. This
We
also
talked about
cost you
that.
3 points. You know what I mean? Now you in a position right here. You're marching towards, a touchdown. If I'm not mistaken, this is on first down. They got a big time penalty, and then end up, when you do intentional ground, you lose a down. It goes to third. It was like 3rd and 16 or something like that after this play. If I'm not mistaken, I have to go back and refresh. But all I'm saying is, this is a play that you just don't make. Now, maybe my film eyes deceive me here too. Joe, why don't he just throw the ball to the ground? Why don't he just throw the ball at the man's feet?
He was terrible at that. It's his second
And
round of the year.
And it's gonna loop. He made the as you just stated. He made the same mistake against the New York Giants.
Yeah.
At the end of the half, where he threw the ball out of bounds and it ran the clock all the way down and all of that. It's like you got a receiver right there. Throw the ball. It won't be an interception if you throw the ball. As long as you get the ball remotely in the area, you're fine. I don't know if he couldn't see over the top or what that was. Offensive line was kind of collapsing on him a little bit. So maybe I'm just going to lob this up and just hope, right? But that ultimately cost you 3 points.
And I think we kicked the field goal right there. But
yeah, I'm sorry.
But this was
cost you a touchdown, I meant to say. Cost you a potential touchdown.
It did, because we were marching. We were marching down the field, and then that was on second down. And he did that, and then it was a loss of down. It was like third and like 16, something like that. And then he threw it to Jay Mack, and he dropped it. And then we had to kick a field goal. So that was another problem he did. That was a bad decision.
Yeah. So
terrible decision.
So that I feel like that play ultimately cost you, because I do believe they scored a touchdown on that possession.
Yeah,
especially
we definitely would have.
As they got rolling. And then there's the obvious ones. Now I'm looking at this first one, right? After this play right here, to me, if you're Jaden Daniels, you know what the weather conditions are like. You got away with the first fumble. You got away with the first. You got away with the first one. All right. You know at this point, all right, weather conditions are bad. I got to make sure my hands is dry when I touch this football. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to fumble it. It happened to me once. I don't need it to happen to me. This is the first one. Yeah, this, and I'm about to go to the second. I'm saying this after this play. I don't need this to happen again. It should be the thought process. And then of course, game on the line. Here we go again. And at first, when I looked, I'm thinking to myself, this is on the running back. The running back just fumbled the ball. He fumbled earlier in the game, right? But they do the slow-mo, the instant replay. And Jaden, again, fumbling, bumbling, can't get his hands on the football to hand it off. I'm looking like, but in my mind, I'm like, man, I can't believe Jaden just fumbled the game away. Now, it is the Chicago Bears. It is the Chicago Bears, right? And so in the back of my mind, I'm also thinking to myself, right, the Chicago Bears are, notorious for messing things up anyway. They had multiple opportunities in this football game to capitalize on mistakes, but penalty after penalty, penalty after penalty. I think the Bears had a chance to blow y'all out. I thought they had a chance. They went up 13-0. They had a chance to do what the Giants did to us. They went up 13-0 and then got a face mask call on the third down and gave y'all, extra time to move up and down the field. Like every chance they got a touchdown to go up, I believe 20-10. And then it was an illegal formation. It's just Bear stuff after Bear stuff. You had a chance to not hike the ball at the very end of the third quarter. I'm thinking they're not going to hike the ball. They're just going to run the clock out of the third quarter. And what do? They hike the ball. They muff the hike or whatever. And all of a sudden, now they got a punt. Or I can't remember if they punted on 4th and 6 or they settled for a field goal. I think they settled for a field goal. And I think that was the field goal that got blocked on 4th and 6. So it's like the Bears are just doing Bear-like stuff. So even when the Bears got the ball back, in my mind, I'm like, they might still be the Bears. And they might might fumble it back to the Commanders. Who knows? But when that kick and that field goal went up, I said, hey, look.
Jake Moody
redeeming himself.
I was hoping he was going to revert to 49er days.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun episode. Now, what I could say, and I'm not going to do this to you, I'm going to be honest, because, you're an analyst that I believe, we might not always agree, but I think you're an honest analyst, right? Some other people out here, I just don't think they keep it 100. That's just me. I ain't going to say no names. But I think some other people, they just don't keep it 100, right? Right? So I'm not going to go as far as to say, this means to me, Jaden Daniels just ain't that guy. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say Jaden Daniels ain't that guy because he just sold and now they 3-3 and they had a chance to be clutch at home and steal the division away for the moment from the Eagles. I'm not gonna say all that because I still believe in Jaden Daniels. The mere fact that I saw that play come up with the interception. And I thought to myself, I think Jaden can make that throw, or at least it be an incomplete pass and not a turnover, and they still get a chance. Just shows the faith I have in him as a quarterback and as a passer, in all honesty, if I'm being real with you. But what I will say is 10-7 look good. And I'll say this lastly before I pass it back to you, Joe, and all the other Commanders fans that's watching, and all the Cowboys fans that's watching, and all the fans of other teams, right? Because the Dolphins lost too. Got DeVore out here. The Dolphins ain't worth nothing. They ain't worth a crumb. They losing left and right. Like I said, the Cowboys lost. The Commanders lost. Now I know the Steelers look good, but they probably coming at some point too. The Ravens, don't even get me started with the way Chris be talking. I mean, he making it impossible to root for the Ravens. But I want to say all of this. I know some games happen on Thursday. I know some games happen in the first opening window on Sundays. But make sure the chickens hatch, y'all. Make sure they hatch first. That's all I got. Make sure the chickens hatch first before y'all come out talking, oh, we finna do this. Oh, the Eagles. Oh, I'm about to have 4 dogs, 22s. Oh, and then your team come out here and let you down just like how we been let down. And it's like, well, dang. Now you got to come see AJ in the chat. Now you got to see AJ Unfazed. The floor is yours.
I mean, you basically said, you utter everything I've been saying. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Jaden Daniels had a bad game. He had a bad game, and the issues he had are issues that, like, do I expect him to do it again? No. I mean, can he do it again? Yes. But is this a problem? No, it's not a problem. So I'm not tripping at all.
I'll say this. That game against the Cowboys this upcoming week.
It's a big game.
That's going to be a very interesting in Dallas with the way Dak been playing.
It's a big game.
Ooh,
it's a big game. And it's a very important game. Very important game, because if we lose that game, then Dallas passes in the standings.
Yeah. Oh, they do?
They do, because they had 3 losses too. They got that tie.
Oh, wow.
So they beat us. They moved to second, and we moved to third.
Oh,
possibly
wow.
No, we'll be
No, third. Yeah. Because y'all played the Giants and beat the Giants already.
We beat them. So it's a big game. So obviously I'm rooting for y'all downfall against the Vikings.
Right.
It'll be sad for you to see an L in person, but
oh man,
but I'm rooting for a good experience though. For you,
for sure.
I know you a Jettis. Sure. I know you a Jettis guy, so hopefully he can go crazy.
I kind of want Jettis to eat, but we win. Eat if Quinyon Mitchell ain't out there and we win.
Ain't no ill. If Quinyon out there, he gonna eat. He gonna eat if Quinyon out there. But if y'all lose and we win, then we just take out the East. We number one still.
That's true.
Because that would be 2 division wins.
That's true. But y'all just gave the champs a little bit more life.
We did.
We gave a little bit more life.
I do want to say this. It must have been funny because you lost to the Giants, like you said, right? You lost to the Giants. Our like little brothers in the division.
This is facts.
And y'all got blown out. And it was on Thursday. So you had to wait 3 days to watch everybody. The Cowboys got to play the Panthers. We got to play the Bears at home. You probably like, man, ain't no way they losing these games. And then we both lose. So
right after the game.
Lost by game-winning field goal.
Right after the game, we could quickly move on to the Steelers and wrap up the show. But right after the game, I'm like, man, let me check and see who they played. Let me check and see, because I couldn't remember who the Cowboys or the Commanders played. First, I checked the Cowboys. Right. First, I checked the Cowboys. I said, oh, I played the Panthers, bro. Oh my goodness. And I was like, all right, let me check. They in third place anyway. The real third right now is the Commanders. Let me see. And I'm like, oh, we did. They playing the Bears, and we both was confident in picking them over the Bears. Like, it's the Bears, bro. Like, this gonna be a long weekend. So yeah, to see the Cowboys fall first, and then see the Commanders, it's like, oh. To be honest with you, I was. If the Commanders won, I wouldn't have been mad, because as an Eagles fan that's expecting us to make another run, after the Giants game, I felt like we don't deserve to be in first place right now. Because that's how I feel with the way we played against the Giants. Not the Broncos game, because I expected that. But that Giants game was an abomination. Abomination. So I'm like, we don't deserve first place. If the Commanders take it, we just got to deal with that, and we got to work our way back, right? But if they lose, though, I ain't mad at it. I'm mad at it. Nah, I gladly take it.
That's how I felt when we lost. I was like, we don't deserve to win. It's crazy because when Jake Moody kicked the field goal, I didn't even look, bro. I didn't look.
Yeah.
It was for one reason though, because Big O kept spoiling it. So I just didn't look. I didn't look, and I peeked, and then he right down the mouth. Like I was mad, obviously, but we would have won.
Yeah.
I would have been happy, but it would have been like, yo, we got.
We got to get
I'm
it
glad
together.
that we won, but we didn't deserve to win that game.
You-
3-0 in a turnover margin.
You'd have had your shades on. You'd have had them shades on.
Oh,
Speaking,
oh,
what the shades at?
I don't know. I probably would have won. I would have felt better the next day.
Okay. Fair.
I would have won.
Fair.
But there's somebody wearing shades right now in the AFC North, and it's the Steelers. The Steelers, man, they 4-1, 4-1 right now. They had a bye week. 4-1. They're finding ways. Like I said, it's on R2R show. They don't have no MVP candidates. Nobody like really. DK having a good season, I will say that, but nobody really sticking out like that. But they're finding ways to win every single time. So AJ, they're 4-1. I think they're second in the AFC behind the Colts.
Mm-hmm.
Are the Steelers contenders or pretenders?
This is a really hard question from me. I'll keep it short though. My trepidation with the Steelers is I feel like I've seen this story before. I haven't seen this story with Aaron Rodgers, but I've seen this story with Justin Fields, and I've seen this story with Russell Wilson, of the Steelers starting off real hot. They look real good in the beginning of the season. And then like midway through the season, into towards the playoffs, they start to teeter-totter, whether it be because of injuries, or whether it be because of chemistry or the quarterback play, because they normally grab an older quarterback, with the exception of Fields, right? They only got some older quarterback in there. The age kind of kick in, and they start to slowly kind of decline as the year goes, right? Maybe injuries and wear and tear kind of piles up, and it starts to decline. So that's what's in the back of my mind when I watch the Steelers. I'm going to say, and I'm going to kind of cheat with this question if I'm going to be honest. I'm going to say they are closer to contenders than they are pretenders. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
I can't fully go all in on them as contenders because of recent history. What I keep seeing, 9-8, 10-6. I keep saying, or 9-7, whatever it is, 10-6, and then they get bounced in the first round. Those are not contending years, in my opinion. Those are playoff years, but those are not contending years. But I think they're closer to being contenders than pretenders because, number one, the defense started the season off very slow, right? They had a rough game against the New York Jets, to start this season off. They had another rough game. I'm missing it up in here. It's in here somewhere. Had another rough game earlier on in the season where I think they lost. I can't find it.
Oh, the Seahawks.
Yes. Thank you. They had a rough game against the Jets. They had a rough game against Seattle as well, where they lost.
Patriots.
And the Patriots. But Patriots only put up 14.
Patriots
So
put up
even
over 4-5 times.
That's true. But I mean, who gets credit for it?
No, I'm saying that they put up 5 turnovers and won by a touchdown.
That's true. But what I'm saying is,
I got you. Go ahead.
I give the defense, even though that's not sometimes the Patriots was making a lot of just mistakes. But I will say I give the Steelers credit defensively for getting those 5 turnovers at the end of the day, right? And then since that game, I mean, you limited the Vikings, even though they had Carson Wentz in there. You limit them to 21 points. You limit the Browns to 9 points. So the defense, since the first 2 weeks of the season, has progressed, has played better, has looked a little bit closer to the defense I expected them to be. Not amazing. Still not exactly what I expected them to be, but a little closer to what I expected them to be. And Rodgers looked good. Rodgers, now he don't look like Packers Rodgers to me, but this is the Aaron Rodgers I expected in New York that we never got for real. But, a few little short spurts. And so with the defense playing decent and holding up their end of the bargain, and Aaron Rodgers playing well, the run game is going effectively, right? I got Warren in 2 fantasy leagues. He's doing pretty well for me, helping me. I think I'm 5-1 in the R2L league in first place. But that's a conversation. We can say that another day. It's a conversation for another day, man. So we went from the bottom to the middle of the pack, 1 year to the next year, so now we at the top. That's how you progress. That progression kind of looked like Jalen Hurts and the Eagles playoffs. Super. I'm just saying. Anyway. Like I was saying.
Well, I know you gonna say that.
Hey, it just crossed my mind like, wait, hold on, that kind of felt like Philadelphia and Jalen Hurts. But anyway, like I was saying before, right now, I like what I'm seeing from Aaron Rodgers. I like what I'm seeing from the defense. Warren is playing well. The connection between DK and Aaron Rodgers is starting to click. It was started off a little slow, but it's starting to click now. Someone else I have on my fantasy team in the R2L league, DK. Probably need to give him some more minutes these days. But anyway, I like what I see from them. I need to see more. They got the Bengals coming up. They got the Rams. They got the Packers coming up. They got the Colts coming up. They got the Chargers coming up. They got the Bears and the Bills coming up. So you got some opponents coming up that are playing good football at the moment, right? But I will give them closer to contenders than they are pretenders at the moment. That's my grade.
I like that because if zero was a contender, like you know what I mean. Then again, you
So
did.
did.
I beat you. Oh, he beat you.
I got Tomo. I got
Yeah,
Tomo,
yeah.
bro. Like week one.
I don't think you ever. It's your first time ever beating him,
No,
right?
first time ever beating him, bro. First time ever beating him. Yes, bro. Yes.
And it's like
Yes.
y'all beating the Bucks that year too. But then y'all beat the
Yeah.
Bucks like
Yeah.
yeah, so like so if it's scale 1 through 10, right? And
Mhm.
6 through 10 was contender, and 0 through 4 was pretender, and 5 was right in the middle, I would be a 6 or like a 5.5.
Me too. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with it. Hmm.
And it's because it's two reasons. Number one, the quarterback play is better than what we've seen since this since Big Ben. I'm gonna say that since Big Ben has not been Big Ben, this is probably the best quarterback play we've seen. Is it great quarterback play? Nah, it is above average, and they haven't had above average quarterback play for real. They had Russell Wilson had a couple of games here and there. Kenny Pickett, a couple of games getting there and there in his rookie year. But Aaron Rodgers, he's he's been very efficient and he's been taking care of the ball. And on critical moments, they were able to score touchdowns, right? So that's that. And what concerns me is they haven't really played a like the Seahawks are a good team and they lost. You know what I mean? They lost to the Seahawks. They beat the Patriots. Don't get me wrong. The Patriots looking promising, but it just kills me that they won the turnover battle. I think it was 5. I don't know, it was 5-4. 5-0, and they won by one score. That's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like y'all did that with us and we won, but you always say if Hurst was there, you would have been a blowout. Like y'all give us 5 different extra opportunities, y'all get blown out. So the fact that they turned the ball over 5 times and they now them winning, now usually we'll say that that should be good because they're finding ways to win. But this has always been Mike Tomlin. The issue is when we get to the playoffs and you gotta play the Bills, you gotta play the Chiefs. If Lamar come back and they start cooking, you gotta play the Ravens. You gotta play these juggernauts where they gonna score some points. Can you keep up? And so far, they haven't shown that. Now, the Minnesota Vikings game, that encouraged me a little bit because that's a pretty good defense. And offensively, they were good. And then they just stalled out. And then the Vikings offense start cooking. You know what I mean? So they almost lost that game. But it's still early. But what I see so far, I'm going to say like a 5.56. I would like to see where they would be at come week 11. I want to see them play another division game against the Bengals on prime time. Green Bay, right? Green Bay is a good team. We're gonna see what's up with the Colts. The Colts gonna put pressure on them. The Colts and the Chargers. After those games, I want to see how they look. It's not about what the record is, because like you always say, at this time of the year, you want to stack wins, and that's what they're doing. They stacking wins. They find a way to win, right? But I want to see how they look in that stretch, and that would give me a better viewpoint of where they really are for real.
What helps them, in my opinion, okay? I'm on mute. What helps them, in my opinion, is that division being so sorry too.
Oof.
You know, it
They
gives
win
them
about a
cushion.
mile.
They gonna win it. They easily gonna win the division at this point. The Ravens is pretty much over with. The Bengals, they haven't won it. I'll give you credit. I thought the Bengals was gonna still be able to win some games without Burrow. This is where I'll eat some crow. Without Burrow, these boys cannot win a game. So got to get credit where it's due. Maybe I'm a little too harsh on Burrow. Maybe, just maybe. I'll have to revisit that at a later date. But what I will say is they cannot win the game without them. So right now they up. It's 4-1. Bengals 2-4. Ravens 1-5. Browns 1-5. I mean, it's
I
looking
mean,
like
it ain't over
it's
yet.
over. To me,
It's
it's.
looking like it, but I gotta wait.
I think something catastrophic something catastrophic would have to happen, bro. In
But you
order
gotta
for
think about it.
because even if the only team I can see coming back and stealing it is the Ravens. But the way the Ravens are playing ball right now, defensively,
They
Lamar
were
can
better
come back.
against the Rams.
That's true. But will it be continuous? Will it continue that way? Is that an upward trend? Is it going to be like how last year was, where they started off bad and they got better, or is that just a blimp right now? I don't know.
Real quick though, they on a bye week right now, which is good. Lamar comes back. They got the Bears, the Dolphins, they got the Vikings, the Browns, the Jets, the Bengals. But their schedule get a little iffy. Their schedule get a little thin right now. And then they got the Steelers, then the Bengals again, then the Patriots, then the Packers, and the Steelers. So like
Lamar comes back after the bye.
yes, bruh. If they win, if they just win, if they can beat the Bears, Dolphins, Vikings, and Cleveland. Right there, they're 4-4.
Bro,
I mean, sorry. 5-5 right there. They 5-5. Boom. And then after that, they got the Steelers. If the Steelers take two, the Steelers could possibly lose to Green Bay. They could possibly lose to the Chargers, and they could probably lose to the Colts, bro. Go ahead.
My issue is, bro, the Ravens' margin of error is so slim, though.
It is.
Like, it's this. We watching the NFL right now. The Eagles just went out there and got smoked by the Giants. The Commanders just went out there and lost to the Bears. The Bills then lost 2 straight. Like, teams that we think are gonna just steamroll over teams that they should win or they should beat, it ain't happening right now.
The Ravens
and it's early.
Did that, though. The Ravens did that. Like, they lost to the Bills. And don't forget, when they lost to the Bills, bro, the Bills are a good team. They put up 40 on the Bills. They lost to the Lions. The Lions are a good team. They put up 40 on the Lions, I think.
They put up 30.
30. They lost to the Chiefs. Chiefs are all right. But when they played a bad team, the Browns, they blew them out.
That's true, Joe.
Look, I don't want you to say that. I'm not going to say they're the favorites. It's like, I'm not going to count them out yet. Like, I got to see what Lamar look like when he come back. I got to.
I got faith in Lamar as well. I think this season, if Aaron Rodgers is healthy and he continue to play the way he playing, they got their work cut out for them, bro. Because I just feel like the Ravens are the type of team. They the type of team, bro, that some of them games they supposed to win because of this defense. They'll drop some of them. They will drop some of them, bro. Lamar's margin of error and the offense's margin of error is so slim when he come back. You gotta go. They lost 5 games. Go win out. You gotta go win out, dang near. Dang near. Maybe you can lose one more game and be 11-6 and win a division. Maybe. Well, when you get around 10-6, that's the Steelers' wheelhouse, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or 11-6. When you get around that 9-7, that's the Steelers' wheelhouse right there. That's where they live at. They ain't gonna get no worse than that. So it's like their margin of error already, bro. Their margin of error with already 5 losses is like, bro, the maximum amount of losses y'all can take probably is 1, maybe 2 more games. And the way this defense plays, yes, they had a good game against the Rams, but the way they play weekend, like the game before the Rams, they gave up 44 to the Texans. 44. Now, granted, I think one of those might have been a defensive touchdown. I gotta remember.
Some of that was a lack of offense too. Yeah, it was lack of offense, bro.
But 44 though, that's a lot of points, bro. So I don't know, bro. I would say I would put my money on the Steelers, bro, to win the division this year, bro. I would. I think if Lamar was, that's a lot of points, bro. That's a lot of points, bro. That's a lot of points, bro. That's a lot of points, bro.
By the Texans too. Oh my god.
So it's like it's. I just personally feel like if Lamar was healthy, I'd feel differently. Obviously, Yeah, and yes, the injuries play a factor.
They will be healthy. They should be getting healthy after the bye week too.
Okay. Like I said, if Lamar was healthy all
Tell you,
season, I feel
man.
differently. But right now, bro, they got 5 losses already, bro.
It's a lot.
That's like I don't know, bro.
If Lamar pull
I
this off,
this would be
oh
crazy.
my God, Javon, you bet, Javon. They're not gonna let you live in the chat, bro.
Yeah, it'd be over with,
They're
bro.
not gonna let you live in the chat, bro. Y'all gotta finish the job, bro.
It'd be over with, bro.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Let's
All
wrap
right,
it up, man.
yeah, right there. Yeah, fun show. Hey,
Yes, sir.
my last words. I'm gonna be real quick. Shout out to the whole R2L family. Shout out to Timeout for Timeout. Shout out to everybody in the R2L network. Shout out to everybody who watched today. Shout out to the NFC East. We struggling right now. All right. So shout out to y'all for struggling too. We appreciate it, right? And make sure y'all check out the Joe Jordan show. I streamed it at 6 a.m. this morning. Check out the R2L show that we just had before this. And hey, I know AJ gonna say it, but as long as I got JD5, I remain unfazed. But go ahead.
Hey, I did want to put this on the screen because Carl brought up the Pickens. We forgot to reference this at least.
You have the record?
Yep, I got the graphic up right now.
This is a one day I'm like, don't put it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Joe had a rough week, but he's still ahead of me by quite a bit because I also didn't have the greatest week last week. I went 7-8, but Joe
You
went
closing the
4-11.
margin, though.
Yeah, I'm closing the margin. From this point forward, we're gonna put out reels. What you say, Thursday?
Yeah, for Thursday. Yeah, Thursday you're gonna do for Thursday game. Then Sunday we go
Okay.
Sunday, and then Monday we're gonna do
Probably on the week. Okay. So essentially, y'all, we gonna put out reels so that we can get a little because when we put out the predictions, the lines are like right when they come out, and the lines kind of shift as things get a little closer. So I think it'll be easier to be more efficient we think it'd be easier and more efficient if we just did it a little closer to the game. We can account for injuries, last minute things.
Yes.
It makes it a little easier for us to make some decisions. Obviously, I need the help more than Joe because I'm way behind. You know what I mean? So that's what we're doing going forward. So we're gonna show y'all what our records are looking like, right? And then we're gonna put out the reels, and then we come back with Unfazed next Tuesday or every Tuesday. We're gonna give y'all the record, and you know what I mean, kind of go from there. That's how we're gonna do it. That's how
It's about to grow. Watch, y'all gonna see the difference. It's gonna grow. This is my worst week.
For sure. But my last words, man. Thank you to everybody who tuned in to today's episode. Everybody in the R2L network, everybody from my channel, Timeout, Full Timeout. Appreciate all of y'all. Like I said before, basketball season getting ready to start. Bron already hurt. That is what it is. We're gonna have to just deal with it. I'm looking forward to seeing Luka and the crew out there this season, trying to see what Aiden is going to do out there, lob third at the rim, could block a couple shots, get a few rebounds. I'm not expecting a ton, but at least he another big. We needed another big. So I'm excited to see what we get from him and what we get from Luka. And as far as the Eagles are concerned, listen, y'all, I ain't going to lie. Every day to end the show, I say I'm unfazed, but I am fazed with what I have seen, okay? We got to get it together, all right? I'm not going to lie, all right? What I seen in that Giants game was egregious. Now, again, we've been here before. I done seen some rough-looking play before, but what I seen in that Giants game, that just some of that was just soft. I mean, y'all letting Scatterboo just run through you just the whole game, it seemed like. You know what I mean? That just afraid to tackle. It did give me flashbacks to 2023 because we couldn't. I don't think people remember we couldn't tackle to save our lives in 2020. It was crazy. It breaking their tackle. So that's what it looked like in that game. I'm hoping that we can figure this thing out. But offensively, get it going. Just like we said, the Commanders and the Cowboys game is a big game. This Eagles-Vikings game is just as big because this is an NFC opponent that I still think it's pretty good and can potentially maybe not contend for a Super Bowl, but will be, I think, still might make the playoffs. And so I kind of feel like this is an early must-win for us. I'm not going to lie. This ain't a game I feel like we could afford to lose. Go ahead.
Y'all playing Carson Wentz.
Yeah, bro. They think Carson Wentz is going to play. I'm assuming Carson's going to play. It's the perfect game for me to be at, bro. We playing Wentz. We playing Wentz. We're going up against Jettas and Jordan Addison. So obviously, like I said, big game. I need y'all to respond like champions. be who we are. We are the defending. This is one of them weeks where you could say, the players say all day long, we not the defending champs. We didn't. No. This week I need y'all to own it. We are the defending champions. Let's go out there and play like the defending champions. It ain't got to be perfect, but show some heart out there this week. And go out there and get this dub. Because whatever happens in the Cowboys and the Commanders game, it's going to give us just a little bit of, you know what I mean? Going to give us a little bit of breathing room for one of them teams. And that's always nice. You know what I mean? That's always nice. You know what I mean? So, I'm phased. But after the show, I feel unfazed.
Unfazed. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.